Sometimes you don't feel like doing anything because you keep questioning yourself. But stir fry is the perfect way to get rid of that doubt in your head. Wait, where's the Vsauce music? Yo, play the Vsauce! I prepared this meat earlier and didn't put it on camera because I wasn't even sure if I was going to make this video. But not being sure leads to doubt, which leads to inactivity. And that's lame. So how about we just make some stir fry? How about we just take some leftovers that my sister kept in the fridge for probably more than a week because we need rice for stir fry and rice was there. Sometimes you're gonna look in your fridge and be like, oh, my dog! Aww. Sometimes you're gonna look in your fridge and just ask yourself, why is all of this rice here? And then you're gonna tell yourself, I wanna be the one to finish off this rice. Hey, what are you doing?
Are you using silverware on a frying pan?
Well, I'm not really touching the pan.
Only if you know.
Stir fry is about confidence. And confidence is something that is really hard to regain once you lack. Extremely hard to regain once you lack. Because you stop doing things, you overthink, and then you can't. By the way, oil up your pan. There is very little oil in this pan. Oh, that would explain it. I am back with more oil. By the way, I don't actually know what you require in a stir fry. In fact, I was planning to go and look up some sort of online recipe, but I didn't really see the purpose. You can just improv your own stuff. It doesn't matter if you don't have exactly what I have. It doesn't matter if your dog's gonna bark. Exactly. It doesn't even matter if you have an extremely hard time turning on the stove. Holy sh! To save you the trouble of watching me stir rice for the next 5 minutes, I'll just have it fast forwarded. Laziness is something that's really hard to combat, and everyone's experienced a lazy block in their life at least once. Sometimes you have something you need to do, but you just don't want to do it, because it's boring. For those But for those things, you just have to develop good habits. You need to discipline yourself, because motivation's only really gonna get you so far once it wears off. Sometimes you have a good idea in your head that does motivate you, but you're scared that it's not gonna end up as good as you imagine it. And that's a valid fear, but you can't let that paralyze you. You just need to go ahead and accept that. You need to let go. And realize that as soon as you start making something, even if it's not the perfect vision that you had in your head, what really matters is that you went out and did it. I like cooking because I just like food and eating in general. But I also like cooking because I get a satisfaction from taking things and making them greater than the sum of their parts. I had a bunch of leftovers that didn't really amount to a full meal, but with stir fry, I could just make it work. And with stir fry, just like with anything else you want to do, there's no wrong way to do it. You just need to do it. Because like any stir fry expert, I care very deeply about my nutrition. We're gonna add some wholesome greens and carrots. Actually, they're just frozen broccoli. These were meant to be used in various smoothies that would have definitely benefited our bodies. But, like most health crazes, it wore off in about a week, and we were left with a bunch of frozen veggies. Good thing they're here though, because we need them for stir fry. While we're at it, let's just go ahead and add even more rice, because God knows I don't get enough carbs in my diet. Also, I'm just a skinny person in general. Oh my gosh. Look at that thing sizzle. But I think it's a bit too bland, so let's step aside and add something very special to our meal. This is Maggi Hot and Sweet, and I was probably raised on it like every other brown child in my area. Maggi Hot and Sweet is basically the Indian version of sriracha, and I'm pretty sure I offended somebody who thinks it's not sriracha at all, because the taste might be a little bit different, but honestly, it's red sauce that we throw on everything to make it more interesting. And I have no shame in that. Slap that stuff onto a plate and you are good to go. Except I took so long making this video that it's already cold, so let's throw that into a microwave. Bon appetit.